I got this putty knife for $1. At the same yard sale, I found the Utica needle nose pliers. This poor thing was obviously previously owned by a maniac. There was white caulking, black roofing sealer, and even what looked like grass stains all over the blade and the handle. I thought this item would be a good test for my Easy Strip paint stripper. I found that this product is most effective if I soak the item in a sealed bag overnight. After soaking, I was able to scrape most of the gunk off. Here's the knife after scraping and rinsing in water. It looked like the wooden handle was originally painted red. I was happy to find the brass pins. I used a razor blade to further clean the blade. The Harbor Freight razor blade holder is pretty handy. I used my Dremel and my homemade Scotch-Brite discs to clean up the blade. This was some coarse Scotch-Brite I got at Lowe's. I used a sharpened exhaust pipe adapter to cut out the discs. The standard Dremel cutoff wheel mandrel works great if you use a small washer under the screw. I prefer this method over the wire wheel or sanding. I like the finish it leaves on the metal. If there is a faint maker's mark, I feel like there's less chance I will remove it by accident with the Scotch-Brite. I was concerned that I wouldn't be able to sand through the staining left by the red paint, so I started with 100 grit. The 100 grit was also helpful sanding the wood down to meet the metal on the sides and butt. I was happy that I was able to sand out all of the red. I really like those brass pins. Here's the handle sanded all the way down to 320 grit. I used some superfine steel wool to polish the brass pins. The handle came out so good, I decided to go over the blade again with some extra fine Scotch-Brite. I finished the handle with Danish oil. I opted for Danish oil over boiled linseed oil because the wood was in great condition, and the Danish oil is quicker to apply. Only 2 coats are required, and it dries overnight. After the wood finish had dried, I gave the whole putty knife a coat of paste wax. Unfortunately, I did not find a maker's mark on this putty knife. The brass pins suggest this was a higher quality item. Check out the before and after transformation. Finding diamonds in the rough like this at yard sales for $1 is really satisfying. Hand tools that incorporate steel, wood, and brass are my favorites to work on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I just got this 3-piece lot at a yard sale for $10. The larger plane is a Stanley number 5 and the smaller one is a number 4. I found a Stanley plane identification tool online. I'll put the link in the description. It's an interactive questionnaire that helps you identify and date your Stanley plane. So for the number 5, the first question is, how many patent dates are on the body behind the frog? Mine has 1. The next question is if there is a raised ring around the knob. No ring on my example. So this means I have a Type 13 Stanley Bailey plane that was made between 1925 and 1928. How cool is that? Using the same questionnaire, I found that the number 4 plane is a Type 15 from 1931 or 1932. I wasn't sure if the drill press vise was complete, so I did some research online. It turns out my vise is an Armstrong quick action drill vise, and it looks like the vise is complete.